going to do a quick fire on a lesson from each company and how it impacted your mindset. And so I'm going to start in chronological order. Dropbox, what was the biggest lesson and how did it impact your mindset?
My biggest lesson from Dropbox was probably that growing a business is a game of inches. We worked on trial conversion, helping folks convert to premium plans after trying Dropbox with their team for the first time. And I understood just how much impact could compound from ensuring that different markets, different payment methods, different customer profiles could all experience Dropbox and get value out of that experience, and going really, really deep in the data to figure out where different pockets of customers weren't converting as well as they could be. I don't think I really understood how much return you can get simply from being precise and rigorous and detail-oriented in ensuring every customer is getting maximum value, and I really learned that there.
That is hilarious. I did hear from many of your colleagues about your data centricity, so we're going to get to that later. But sticking on the theme of the quickfire, BlueBottle, I mean, this is a cool addition to the roster. What was the biggest lesson from BlueBottle and how did it impact your mindset?
So at BlueBottle, I focused on our e-commerce business, and the primary product we offered was a subscription where we mailed fresh whole coffee beans to your home, recurring, so that you could make BlueBottle coffee at home instead of traditionally going to the cafe. And what I learned with my team in endeavoring on this journey was actually the importance of knowing your customer. We felt at first that the customers most likely to want BlueBottle coffee at home would be the same customers who go to our cafes. And what we found in actually visiting many of our online customers is that they were completely different, and that someone who's making coffee at home every morning isn't going to the cafe that day. They actually have a fully different routine. They tend to be more of a hobbyist, enjoy the craft of the morning ritual of brewing coffee at home. And that unlock really helped us focus our marketing, our product offerings, what we were building for those people who were interested in the e-commerce business rather than retail. It's actually something that I've carried with me, that in general, you should always have evidence and insights to inform what you work on and what you prioritize on a growth team or any team. And in talking to customers, we understood the why behind some of the trends we were seeing.
I'm seeing a recurring theme here. But I want to move to Facebook. You spent several years at Facebook, 3 or 4 years, I think it was, at Facebook. What was the biggest lesson from Facebook, and how did that impact your mindset?
So at Facebook, I was lucky to work on several of the initiatives that were related to the launch of the geophone in India and generally growth in international markets and developing markets. One area was internet.org. Another was the launch of the Facebook app that was retrofitted to the geophone when it launched in India. And overall, I think my biggest learning from that was that other markets around the world are very different from the US. And I know that sounds obvious on its face, but I find that, especially in technology, many businesses build with a Western bias. And it's important to really understand if you're serving all customer needs, especially when you have a big international customer base. In working on those projects, I came to learn a lot about the nuances across markets that I didn't understand. And I think we built much better products by being global in our thinking rather than building what we thought would be the best product for the market.
Having invested in emerging markets, I completely agree with you on that statement. So I feel the pain there. Final one, and then we're going to dig into some more of the nitty-gritty. But Airtable most recently, how did that impact your mindset, and what are the 1 or 2 biggest lessons?
Airtable is an area where I started to really focus on product-led growth for SaaS. I had seen a bit of it at Dropbox much earlier, but this was more of a recent chapter, and PLG, product-led growth, has really taken off in the past few years. Something that I think we did really well at Airtable is thinking of PLG, or that product-led motion, and the sales-led motion or sales-assisted motion as being part of one engine for the business. I find that commonly businesses will say, well, I need to pick one. Either I'm a product-led business or a sales-led business. And we were actually able to work the two in concert and make sure that when folks gave Airtable a try, we were actually thinking through the full journey of that customer over time and when it would actually be the right moment for them to graduate from a free plan or small team use into something more sophisticated or a more complex deployment. This is something that, to me, feels understood, if you will, that we did pretty well at Airtable.